Hello, Katie here. Today I want to talk about Chenin Blanc on glorious grapes. Chenin is really one of my favorite grape varieties. It's the most incredible thing. It's so versatile. We can make anything from a crisp, fresh, dry, almost Sauvignon Blanc style wine, all the way through to its affinity with oak, so a little more weighted in body and richer in character, right the way to a dessert wine, a botrytized wine, so where it's been affected with Botrytis cinerea and really created this delicious, noble late harvest style. And further from that, it can also become a brandy. So literally anything from a dry, sparkling wine through a lighter style, all the way through the spectrum to a brandy at the end. And there are very few grapes other than Chenin Blanc that can do all of those things. It's also wonderful as a grape variety to age. You know, Chenin has quite a high acid rating, and therefore that acidity allows a lot more for the ageability of the wine. It really retains the freshness, of course, making sure that the wine itself is in balance with the fruit, acids, and tannins. Now, Chenin Blanc as a grape really originated back in France and classically was known as the Pinot de la Loire, out of the Loire region, of course, back in France. Now, specifically, it's most commonly recognized in the Vouvray area. And because of the climate in France being obviously slightly cooler than here in South Africa, they produce these excellent, crisp, beautiful, almost austere, but in the positive way, of these examples of Chenin. Now, in South Africa, it's the most widely planted grape variety, and it actually comprises almost half of the plantings worldwide. We used to call it Steen, and it was known as the workhorse, or what I like to call the Cinderella grape, often used in brandy and more semi-sweet style wines that we would serve or feed to the staff as the DOP system. Now, Chenin, in its versatility, as I've mentioned earlier, it really is quite magnificent. And rather than it be the workhorse, we've now turned it to be synonymous with South Africa as a grape variety. You know, often we would speak of Sauvignon Blanc, you think New Zealand. If we say Malbec, you think Argentina. So where we are with Chenin Blanc in the world right now is you think of South Africa, and rightfully so. To me, Chenin Blanc is sunshine in a glass. It's just glorious. Typical flavor profilings are more of your sort of green apple, quince, pear, maybe more into a slightly melon or guava, a tropical characteristic. Of course, the warmer the climate, the more tropical those flavors would become. And often for me, there's almost like a ginger spice or a beautiful floral honeysuckle character that comes through. Even a star jasmine. Oh, I'm really getting thirsty. But Chenin Blanc is a thing of beauty. It truly is. On the palate, that lovely, refreshing character, but she dances like a ballerina on the tongue. Also, as I mentioned, because of its versatility, it can range from a very dry wine to a demi-sec or slightly off-dry, and all the way to something sweet, sticky, and delicious. With that, it makes it a fantastic food partner. You really can drink Chenin Blanc at any time of day with any style of food, but just remember, it's all about the weight and the balance. I think we should have some. Cheers. Oh, it's just beautiful.